every country interferes in foreign country to protect their own interest. So if countries are interested in Nepal, it is to protect their own interest. It is normal. So it is not an excuse for us not to be able to manage our own country. Our country needs to be managed by Nepalese. Foreign interference only happens if your own management is useless.
Bhairaja Pandey sir, welcome to the Gorkha Spirit.
Thank you very much. I am delighted to be here.
So, how do you see the condition, state of our country?
I think our country is passing through a massive crisis, probably the worst crisis in its history. And if we don't manage it well, it can go very bad. And there are countries that go down, there are countries that survive, there are countries that go up. We are headed downwards unless we are able to manage ourselves.
So, what's your suggestions? How could we correct this situation?
We have to have a power source to correct. Right now we have a chaos. Chaos in terms of everything. We have administrative chaos, we have legal chaos, and we have judicial chaos everywhere, and financial chaos above all. So this country needs to be put back to be functioning like a country. So for that, we need leadership by enlightened Nepalese who are qualified to run this country. So my suggestion is we select 20-25 most qualified Nepalis from around the world and bring them here, pay them well, and ask them to govern the country in the interim until we get our house in order. Right now, our house is in total disarray.
So, normally people talk about the foreign interference. So, do you think we face that problem?
I don't think it is a legitimate issue. There may be that foreign interference is normal. Every country interferes in foreign country to protect their own interest. So if countries are interested in Nepal, it is to protect their own interest. It is normal. So it is not an excuse for us not to be able to manage our own country. Our country needs to be managed by Nepalese. Foreign interference only happens if your own management is useless. And foreign interference is a reflection of poor management of your own country. So I'm tired of listening to this foreign interference as an excuse. We have to look at ourselves. We are poor managers. We have not been able to manage our country, and we are blaming foreigners for it. That is an excuse, just an excuse.
Nowadays, we heard a lot about our politicians. They are not qualified people, so we need king or monarchy. So, do you think this discussion is good for our country, for us?
I think we are talking about a predictable leadership that is firm and can guide the country. It could be the king, it could be the directly elected president, it could be anything. But what we are trying to say is that the present system is not working and we need an alternative. Now, king is one of the alternatives. There are others who prefer to have a directly elected president, which is also okay. But the advantage of having a king is that he does not have so much of personal interest because he wants to protect his dynasty, he wants to protect his name of his ancestors, and so on and so forth. Whereas ordinary politicians want to make money for themselves or influence and promote their relatives and all of that. Although the king, the person whom we will choose as a king is an issue. The king has to be pragmatic, honest, and competent. You cannot have anybody as a king. So among the eligible candidates, we have to see who is fit to be a king. It is not automatic. So we'll have to select a king who is honest, who is proven and competent also. So that process of selection is yet to be done, and if we can do that, that's okay. But the king doesn't have to be from one particular dynasty. King can be from any ruling class. Nepal has had many ruling classes. We have had the Mallas, and we have had the Rais, and we have had all different kinds of kings. From any one of them, we could have a competent, if there is a competent person, we could have them from anywhere. But it has to be a person who has the leadership qualities necessary.
So, Nepalese people, do you think they don't trust the politicians?
Politicians have lost the trust of Nepali people over the years. That is because they have not been able to manage the country, as you have seen. Since our creation, 257 years ago, we have been in transition. We have never effectively managed our country. We have not become Singapore. Singapore became one of the richest countries in 35 years in the world because it managed itself. From 1965 to by 1990, it was one of the richest countries in the world. We haven't been able to do that. So it's not the fault of the politicians, it's the reflection of Nepali people. We ourselves, our politicians are a reflection of us. So we elect these people and then we blame them. We elect the same people. They do the same delivery and then we complain against them. And we don't try to change them because process of election is new to Nepal. Process of election does not work in Nepal. It has got to be some kind of selection. We have to select people. As soon as we go into election, it gives rise to corruption. So we have to minimize election process and increase on selection process.
So now lots of new political parties are registered in election commission office. So that will change the nation?
No, it will not change. It will make it worse. The political parties is not the way to go forward. Political parties means they need to fight election. They need to fight election means they need money. Where do they get the money? Through corruption. And then after they get elected, they have to get the money back. So the whole corruption. So it's a cycle of corruption. And we have seen it for so many years now. We never learn. Point is, stop this election process. For at least 15, 20 years, this election doesn't work in Nepali context. And I have never seen any country in the world with economy of Nepal succeeding in this kind of election process that we have. It doesn't work. So what we need is a firm leadership like Singapore. Lee Kuan Yew said in Singapore, I'm going to take away your rights, but I'm going to deliver economy. Nepalese people need economic development, economic security. They need food, they need school for the children, they need health care. They are not looking for fundamental rights which there is never enforced. Even fundamental rights mentioned in the constitution is, you get unemployment benefits. How many Nepalese have got unemployment benefits? So you cannot write anything as fundamental right and not deliver. That undermines the constitution. So that is the problem.
So what should we learn to develop our nation?
What we need is a very strong selection system. We need to select competent, honest and pragmatic Nepalese to govern this country for 10, 15 years, 20 years. And there are Nepalese like that. So not through election. We select them. We select them and I say, please you come and become a minister and run the country, please. So we can have 25 of these people from around the world. Let us send out applications. 25 Minister for Health, Education, Social Welfare, all of you. Apply please. Let's collect their application, choose the best among them, and then monitor every time. Are they performing? Are they not performing? If not, then change them, like that. So, but the worst thing Nepal can do is to continue with the election process. That is a disaster.
Thank you. Thank you, sir, for joining us.
Thank you very much.